A kid-friendly playroom that's pretty enough to entertain guests in? It can be done. We'll tell you how up next. Your real estate news starts now. Thank you for watching your real estate news. I'm Stacy Hansen. Let's take a look at your headlines. Wisconsin's housing market in the first half of 2016 was the strongest since before the Great Recession, according to the Wisconsin Realtors Association. They say that home sales in the first 6 months of the year were up 5.5% over that same period last year. Median home prices are also up 4.5% in 2016. The median price of a Wisconsin home is now at $162,000. The seller's market continues. WRA's CEO said that tight inventories have fueled the upward pressure on prices. Wisconsin had under 47,000 homes available for sale in June. That's far below the peak levels seen in August of 2010, when over 72,000 homes were on the market. WRA says that buyers need to be prepared to move quickly in this seller's market. The annual Wisconsin Fair Housing Network Awards were recently presented during the statewide A Home for Everyone conference of the Wisconsin Collaborative for Affordable Housing and the Wisconsin Fair Housing Network. 2 Fair Housing Awards were presented from nominations submitted in response to a statewide solicitation to over 400 organizations. A Fair Housing Individual Award was presented to Lynette Rhodes of the City of Madison Department of Planning and Development. She was honored for her work in identifying racial disparities in various community developments and working with local organizations to address them. In addition, a Fair Housing Organization Award was presented to Accessible Space, Inc., the nonprofit housing and service provider for adults with physical disabilities and seniors was honored for its services with its 2 developments in Hudson, Wisconsin. An additional award for special achievement was presented to Margaret Bowitz of the Metro Milwaukee Fair Housing Council for her over 30 years of service in advancing equal housing opportunity in Wisconsin. And finally, the Washington Post proves that a family-friendly space doesn't have to be ugly. The Post documented designers Alex Derringer and Courtney Cox's work to make a family's flex room space comfortable for family activities, yet still suitable for entertaining guests. The designers suggested positioning 2 sofas in an L shape to provide lots of seating, while leaving plenty of room for play space. Durable family-friendly fabrics like yarn-dyed linen blended with polyester were recommended, as well as indoor-outdoor rugs that are easy to clean. Also, a distressed finished coffee table won't show the wear and tear the kids will put on it while playing. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more real estate news right after this. And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Kirsten Goggin with Century 21. Welcome back, Kirsten.
Hey, Stacy, thanks.
Hey, so you've got a new listing now. This one is at 722 North Star Drive in Madison.
Yes, awesome property. So seller relocation, they're moving out of state. So good news for some buyers out there that are looking for the move-in ready perfect home. It is a great 2-story, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. It's on a corner lot, partially fenced in yard with a nice deck there. It's got a bright and sunny open layout. There's lots of built-ins. Stainless steel appliances, front-loading washer and dryer included, mudroom. Master has a private bath with double sinks. It's right like 2 blocks away from a huge park. There's Metro Markets right there. It's a great location.
Yeah, a great location and so much to offer. So that one could be going fast. You may want to contact Kirsten about that one. You do also have an upcoming open house as well, correct?
I do. This Sunday, July 24th from 1 to 3. It is offered at $239.9 and it's gonna go pretty fast. So make sure you give me a call to get in there, or if you've got a buyer's agent, have them get you in there as soon as possible. Also, there is a 3D virtual tour in this one. So if you prefer, you can walk through it with your mouse from your computer. Just go to 722 North Star Drive.canbeyours.com. Or you could always link from my website, kjsalesmadison.com, and check it out.
And we're getting a little look at it here too, and it looks great. You can definitely check out that 3D tour yourself. Now you also have, speaking of technology, a market snapshot.
Yes. So for all you homeowners out there, if you are thinking of selling soon or just are curious, which aren't we all, about what your current home value is, if you go to sellwithkj.com, just click on what's my property worth. You can sign up for a market snapshot. You can adjust the settings and the frequency that you get this delivered. You could have it once a week, once a month, 3 times a year, whatever you like. But it will show you your area. You know, sometimes you see a for sale sign go up, you're like, what is that? I wonder what that house is listed for, or wonder what that sold for. You can sign up for listing notifications, so it will tell you all of that information, or you could just have it summarized in one email that comes once a month, once a week, whatever you like. So it's a cool tool to have, and it's free, so check it out. Sellwithkj.com.
Yeah, definitely fun to find out just kind of what your property's worth. Now, if somebody's interested in listing with you, how do they contact you again?
Well, you can go from that site, or you can text, email, call anytime, 608-628-7572. As you notice by 722 North Star, I do offer packages with professional photography, the 3D virtual tour. I talk about your listing here on CW, so lots of exposure, and that's what makes the difference, get your house sold.
Yes, and that's exactly what gets it sold. Well, thanks so much, Kirsten. Always a pleasure to see you.
Have a great one.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Josh Lavick. He's a real estate agent with Keller Williams. Hi, Josh. Thanks for coming on this show today. So what's going on in your world in real estate this month?
Hey Stacy, thanks for having me on again. Well, it's summertime in real estate, and that's usually a busier time of the year, as you can imagine. Most people want to move when it's warmer out. So the market's been moving quickly. We've actually, you may recall, last month we had a couple great new listings. Some of those are actually under contract now. One couple, Heather and Dave, they had a small starter home on the east side of Madison. Weren't really thinking about moving, but then, you know, had heard that it's a good seller's market, that it might be a good time to move, and so they decided to upgrade and get into a larger home, and they were able to make that happen. So they're really excited.
Well, that is exciting. Now, was it a challenge finding them their next home then, since it is such a seller's market?
Certainly, yeah. It is a little bit of a challenge. You know, I'm not going to lie about that. You know, you definitely got to stay on top of the market as far as what's available, almost on a daily or weekly basis. But you know, that's part of the advantage of having a really good buyer's agent on your side, is that, you know, they can really help stay on top of things. You know, you might see on various websites of a lot of homes that may or may not be available, and, you know, having a good agent on your team is important. That's part of what makes our team different. You know, we've really got a team-based structure. So Courtney, she's our buyer's agent. My primary focus is actually helping sellers on the listing side, and then we also have a couple other admin people on our team to really create a great experience for our customers.
Yeah, you guys really have a good system over there, just to kind of keep everything so well-rounded. You're on top of everything. Yeah. What else are you seeing in the market?
Yeah, so since it is such a seller's market, I will say, you know, sometimes buyers are getting frustrated due to competing with multiple offers. I had one instance, actually, I wrote an offer for a guy. He was an attorney, and he's really used to a lot of negotiations, and was really upset that we never got a counteroffer back. You know, we never actually had an opportunity to negotiate. They had, you know, multiple offers on this property, and we just got an email reply basically saying, oh, sorry, we picked another offer. So, you know, really that's the benefit of having a really good listing agent on your side if you're thinking about selling, so that you can really negotiate with all potential buyers out there and really help get the best possible price and best terms and best offer that you possibly can. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, do you have some other great listings that you've got coming up to share with us?
Well, of course we do. So probably the highlight of our new listings is this amazing luxury home we've got. It's on 50 acres, hilltop site, amazing views up by Crystal Lake. This is up by the town of Roxbury. 8,700 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, incredible views. Solid brick, you know, high-end finishes throughout. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
That sounds awesome. I bet that one's gonna fly right out. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. It's I mean, incomparable, basically. So another good one we have, a new one over on Camp Leonard Road. This is in McFarland, actually on Lake Wabisa as well. This is kind of unique too because it has 350 feet of frontage. Well, if you've ever looked at lakefront property, most of the homes over there are like 50 or 60 feet of frontage. So this is really a huge substantial amount right on the water. So, and it includes actually 2 houses on the same property. So pretty cool spot there. We've also got another 7-acre parcel over of land where, you know, there's the neighbor is actually building a beautiful $1 million home right next to it. So beautiful property to build your dream home if you want, just over $300,000. So
wow, those sound like some great opportunities.
For sure.
Thanks so much for stopping by again, Josh.
Thank you.
When you choose GSF Mortgage for your home loan, you can be confident that you are working with a company with integrity and sound mortgage experience. Here we let GSF's employees speak for themselves.
I've been here at GSF for going on a decade.
Been with GSF for over 16 years now.
Just a little over 2 years.
I joined with GSF in 1996.
It'll be 18 years in August.
I've been with GSF for 3 years.
I joined about 6 years ago, came out of a national bank where you were more of a number than you were a person, and inside this company it's got more of that family feel.
I identified very much with GSF and the culture, and I knew that once I got in and I tested the waters a little more, it kept growing and growing and it became part of the GSF family.
Well, I joined GSF when I was young. I was 20 and hadn't had kids yet. So through having my kids and maternity leaves and sick kids, GSF's always been very understanding and allows you the time you need.
It was an opportunity for me at a time when I really needed to get back into the workforce, doing something completely new.
When I first started at GSF, I had no prior background in the financial services industry, but I was able to learn the industry fairly quickly.
I joined out of college. It was my first job directly out of school. Being in sales as an originator was still the best job that I've ever had. Even though I'm the president of GSF now and have worked my way up, sales was a lot of fun.
It's just a great feel to wake up every morning and want to come to work.
Chose GSF because their dedication to their employees.
You know, once you get into a flow with the people that you work with, you don't want that to change.
Everybody is awesome to work with. Everybody's always willing to help each other out to get the job done. It's an awesome team.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Chris Thomas. He's the owner of Right on Target Real Estate. So Chris, we're hearing a lot from people about saying they're calling about listings and then they're finding out it's already got an accepted offer. Do you have any advice for buyers just to avoid that happening to them?
Yeah, we started this system where when we're working with buyers, we try to find out kind of what's important to them, and we kind of have them make a wish list, and we set up a specialized MLS search so that every time new properties come on the market, it automatically emails them those listings. The nice thing about that is a lot of those apps out there that you see that are being advertised, they don't have up-to-date information on them. So what ends up happening is you call on a house that you think is available and it's not. So our system actually gives you the most up-to-date information, and it helps people from losing out on those houses that are really nice, and they could get in there and find if they like them quicker.
Now, do you feel that having an experienced agent like yourself to help people buy and sell a home really gives them a big advantage?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. I believe that it definitely helps when you have somebody that's kind of been through the process a lot like myself. Certainly the market's always changing. There's been times where it's been more of a buyer's market. There's been now times where it tends to be more of a seller's market. And we have to be able to advise them on how to go into a deal and kind of raise some certain expectations for them so they know what they need to expect. I mean, right now there's a lot of times where you have to make really strong offers on houses, otherwise you'll lose out on them. So some agents are afraid to tell their clients that sort of stuff, and it'll end up costing them big, you know, if they want a house and they lose it.
That's so true, and it's definitely worth hearing if it's going to mean you're more likely to get your dream home. So how has your buyer system been working then in this seller's market?
It's been great. I think what happens is it saves people a lot of time because they're not driving around and looking for houses that aren't even available. It certainly allows us to really weed out houses that don't match their criteria, so that definitely helps. And then when they do find the house that they truly like, what ends up happening is we could get on in there and look at it really quick. So if they want to write an offer, we can do that before other people get in the door.
Yeah, and it's definitely important to be fast about that. Now, what other advice can you give home buyers to prepare them for this market?
Well, you know, home buyers out there, they really have to realize that they can't really wait. If they see a house and they think, well, I'm going to wait 3-4 days to give me a call to let me know if they want to see it. They really have to get into these houses relatively quickly because they just don't last if they're nice houses and they're priced right especially. So I think that's the biggest thing. We also want to make sure that they're already pre-approved before we go out with them. So that way if they do write an offer on a property, their offer looks stronger because they actually have that pre-approval letter attached to their offer.
Absolutely, and that way you can just hit the ground running. Well, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks
today.
for having me.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Becky Anderson with Tresta on the Water. Welcome back, Becky. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Tracy. It's good to be here.
So we always talk about how Tresta is really a lifestyle. There's so much to do there, but it's really for everyone as well. It's not just millennials that you've got living there, right?
That's right. We have quite the array of people and age groups and singles and families. My oldest resident right now is 89.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fantastic?
That's wonderful.
And the youngest is 20. Of course, we do have some families there, and we have a couple babies that are 3 or 4 months old. And they just love, they come through the lobby in their strollers and walk around the parking lot and the courtyard. And it's just for everyone. It is a lifestyle for everyone. You're right about that, Stacy.
And it's all walks of life too, right?
All walks. In fact, on my way here, I was thinking about the guy that just called this morning, and he's coming from the East Coast. He was in Madison for a day, and he just loves the city. He loves Madison and Monona, and he missed us. And now he saw us online, and he says, I'm going to live there. I just have to live there.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a wonderful compliment to this area and to Tresta. So some exciting things going on around Tresta. You have now got an electric car charging station there.
Yes, we do. And it's really cute to see these little cars come in, and they pull in, and then we've got the spot reserved, of course, just for them. And we also have one in the underground parking for the residents that they can charge their cars there too. So hopefully this will be a boost to people to get electric cars.
Yeah, exactly, and good to see you guys out there on the cutting edge with that. And there's still retail space available. You've got a lot of stuff there for people to do to kind of complete that Tresta lifestyle, but what have you got available now?
We still have the 2 retail spaces available, but I think we'll probably, it's going to happen eventually, and you know, it's kind of an iffy thing with retail. Once we get 100% full, they'll have a built-in market depending on what goes in there, and I think people are a little skittish about opening a new business and making sure that it's gonna fly, but it'll get there.
It'll absolutely get there, and there's so much going on at Tresta right now with your summer fun. You've got the lake right there, and there's really just so much to do. You've got areas to do all sorts of fun things outside. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today, Becky. It was always great to see you.
Thanks.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Bill Quigley, branch manager of AmeriFirst Home Mortgage. Welcome back, Bill. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Now, we hear there's a lot of movement in the financial markets. What's going on with mortgage interest rates right now?
Well, I'm sure everybody's heard the phrase Brexit, which is Britain leaving the European Union. It's caused a lot of turmoil in the financial markets overseas as well as here in the U.S. What's happening is investors worldwide are flooding money into the United States economy in treasury bills and mortgage-backed securities. The more that investors buy those mortgage-backed securities, their yield will decrease. As that yield decreases when the price goes up, our interest rates decreased. So with the Brexit or Britain leaving the European Union, interest rates did fall. Interest rates are going to be low for some time for those that want to purchase a home, refinance a home, renovate your home. We're going to have great rates for some time going forward.
That's great news that it actually ended up with low rates for us. Now, home buyers who have had a past bankruptcy or foreclosure are asking, when can they purchase a home again? What can you do for them?
There's a large group of people out there that during the recession had a bankruptcy or foreclosure. They're now re-entering the marketplace. They're called boomerangers. They've had homes before, they lost them or wanted to purchase a home, but due to the bankruptcy they can't. So these boomerang buyers are coming back into the marketplace and they're asking, hey, things look good, can I get a mortgage to purchase a home? Many institutions can't finance them because they want longer seasoning on that financial issue or that credit issue before they allow people to get mortgages. We can help people that have had a bankruptcy or foreclosure in the past get a new mortgage to purchase or refinance within 2 years of that bankruptcy and foreclosure, and in some cases within a year, depending upon the circumstances. So if you're in that position where you had that credit issue, don't hesitate, give me a call, let's get you into a home.
Well, that's great news. It could be potentially even within a year. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Now, what can you provide those that want to just purchase a lot and build a new home?
We've been getting a lot of inquiries from people that they're frustrated with trying to find a home in the marketplace where inventory is a bit tight, and they thought, hey, what if I build a home? But if you build a home, you have to get a loan to buy the lot, and then get a construction loan to pay off the lot loan, and then build the home. Then when you're done with construction, you get a permanent loan to pay off the construction loan. So you theoretically could be financing 2 or 3 times to get your home done. You're also at the risk of where our interest rates going to be after that 6 to 9 month to 1 year period of when you're done with construction. We're coming out with a construction loan where with one loan, all in advance, you find your lot, you find your builder, get your budget in place. We provide one loan to buy the lot, build the home, and you move in. You don't have to requalify, you don't have to refinance down the road. It's all done up front in advance. So you build the home and move in and not worry about requalifying or having any appraisal issues down the road or interest rate issues.
Well, that's wonderful. It just really simplifies things. Well, thanks so much, Bill. Great to see you again. Lots of information as always.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Special thanks to our guests for stopping by today and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. Be sure to join us again next week. I'm Stacey Hansen for the Real Estate News, making a positive impact and leading the real estate market.